Welcome back on my channel. If I ask my students what the Pythagoras Theorem says, they answer a squared plus b squared is c squared. Of course, this is correct, but they can't really explain what it means. So in this video, I don't want to show you how Pythagoras found his theorem. That would be too boring for most of you. I want to show you what the Pythagoras Theorem actually means and how you can use it for calculations. What Pythagoras means with a squared plus b squared is c squared is the following. We start with a right-angled triangle. Now we draw on each side a square with the side lengths of the side of the triangle. Pythagoras said that the area of the square whose side is the hypotenuse, the longest side, is the same as the area of the squares of the cathetes, the shorter two sides, added together. Remember, the Pythagoras theorem only works for right-angled triangles. Now let's explore how we can apply Pythagoras theorem to solve problems. With the theorem, we can calculate the length of the third side of a right-angled triangle when the other two are given. If the length of the hypotenuse is unknown, we can take a square root and get for the side C the square root of a squared plus b squared. That's the formula you mostly need for this kind of calculations. But sometimes the unknown length is not the hypotenuse, but instead one of the cathetes. You have to be careful here. You can't use the exact same formula from before. Because Pythagoras said that the area of the square whose side is the hypotenuse is the same as the area of the squares of the cathetes added together, we can conclude that c squared minus a squared is the same as a b squared, or c squared minus b squared is the same as a squared. When we now want to calculate the length of the cathete, we again take the square root and get b is equal to the square root of c squared minus a squared, or a is equal to the square root of c squared minus b squared. Let's look at one example to finish off. Here we have two right-angular triangles, but only three sides are known. We want to calculate the length of the side here, marked with x. What we do? We use Pythagoras to get the length of the side in the middle. Let's call that one d. So d has to be the square root of 8 square plus 6 square, which is 64 plus 36 under the root, and therefore square root from 100, which is 10 centimeter. Now we look at the second rectangular triangle. In this one, d is the hypotenuse, so we have to be careful here. To get the length x, we can use again Pythagoras, but in this case, we take the square root from 10 square, as 10 was d, minus 5 square. That's the same as the square root from 100 minus 25, and therefore the square root from 75. And we can calculate this with a calculator and get 8.66 centimeters. And we found the solution to our problem. Alright, I hope now you all know what the Pythagoras theorem actually means, and hopefully you are able to use the theorem to solve some exercises. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumb up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future videos. Thanks for watching, see you in the next one, bye bye.